Ahoy everyone, my name's Buccaneer and welcome to the crew. I'd like to start this video off by saying if you enjoy it, make sure to like and share with your friends. That being said, let's get into today's video. With the release of the new Witch Queen expansion, I've recently come back to good old Destiny, quite possibly for good. This is easily, by far, the best Destiny has ever been. And I just fucking love it! And of course, with new expansions come new weapons, and that's what today's video is all about. It is about the Parasite exotic grenade launcher. I'm going to show you how to get it and what to do once you've got it. So, let's dive right in. So, I thought I would put in a little bit of a warning. This exotic quest does contain spoilers for the Witch Queen campaign, so if you haven't already completed the campaign, here's your warning. There's spoilers. Upon completion of the campaign, you will get the quest of Queens and Worms. You must meet with Marasov in the Enclave on Mars. So, you gotta run down into where you craft weapons, run down these stairs, and you will approach a dying worm. Approach it, and this will start a cutscene. After the cutscene, you'll need to complete the birthplace of the Vile Strike in the Throne World. It's super easy, especially if everyone on the team is running the Osteostriga, which, I mean, that gun just literally melts everything. It's like a full auto thorn. Once you've completed the strike, you have to go talk to Finch, who will give you the next step, where you have to go find a cryptoglyph rune in the Temple of the Cunning. There's no fast travel location close to it, and it can be somewhat confusing to find, but if you follow the path I take, you should be okay. Once you arrive at your destination, you'll have to slay out a few waves of enemies, and then you'll be well on your way to the next step of the quest. You now have to kill 100 Scorn on the Throne World to charge that depleted rune you just grabbed. The two quickest ways to complete this step would be to do what I did and do the Push the Payload public event, or go back and redo the Birthplace of the Vile Strike. Either way, won't take you too long. The next step is quite simple. You just need to find and clear out the Sepulchre Lost Sector, and then speak to the worm behind the chest at the end.
My strength returning. Done well, Guardian.
After speaking with the worm, you just have to go do 3 patrol missions in the Fluorescent Canal. Just do whatever patrols you like the most, and this should be pretty quick. Once you've completed the patrols, it's off to the Queen's Bailey to collect another cryptoglyph rune. Just follow the quest marker and it'll take you to a group of enemies that you need to perform some dentistry on with some lead. Kill the waves of enemies and the light bearer to get to the next quest step. Alright, it's time for another lost sector. This time you need to head to the Miasma to do the Metamorphosis lost sector. Once again, follow the quest tracker, and just as you are entering the area, the lost sector is right on your left. Run through the lost sector, and at the end you'll need to use Deep Sight to pass through the gate and speak with the worm again.
Air here, like fundament. Good to breathe again.
Next we are off to the alluring curtain to find yet another cryptoglyph rune. Getting there, you will need to make use of Deep Sight to jump to the different platforms just like you did during the campaign. Once you progress far enough, you'll need to clear out the enemies and use Deep Sight to climb more platforms. On 3 of those platforms, there will be unlit torches. It was kind of unclear at first, but you need to shoot the torches, lighting them, before your Deep Sight runs out. Once you've done that successfully, a chest will spawn on the ground with the cryptoglyph rune inside. Now on to the next step, which, you guessed it, is another lost sector. This time it's the extraction lost sector in the quagmire, and of course you all know what to do from here. Kill the enemies, loot the chest, speak to Mr. Worm.
Oh, once again. Oh, Deception Queen, come to me, gracious host.
After speaking to the worm, you need to go visit Finch again, who will give you the hive casing. Make sure you have a free slot in your heavy weapons inventory, or else you won't be able to take it. I had this problem, and it took me a little bit too long to figure that out.
Okay, take a look yourself.
Now it's time for my personal favorite part of the quest, the worm obstacle course. You need to take the worm and run to the hive energy wells throughout the area, all while avoiding enemies, the big green balls of doom, and the spiky whirly logs. God, they really suck. After you complete the obstacle course of instant death, you need to continue progressing through the mission. You now need to steal the concentrated hive light from 3 different rooms. This is simple enough. Kill the enemies, destroy the shards, and then grab the solar, arc, and void orbs, and off you go.
Start the ritual now.
Continue following the quest marker, which will lead you into an open area. You need to complete a hive ritual with the worm to progress. Simple enough, kill the enemies, stand in the circle, and don't let them touch Mr. Worm, or he gets pissed.
Ow! Dying here, Guardian. Stay close.
After the ritual, you will then need to climb up the side of the mountain while carrying the worm until you reach the top, where Marasov will be waiting for you to tell you that you need to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I post gameplays, walkthroughs, and guide videos, and it's always a good time. Oh, I'm also over on Twitch and Twitter. Links will be in the description. Thanks, guys. Once you are given the grenade launcher, it's important to know how to use it in order to get the most out of it. Its perks are Volatile Launch, High Explosive Ordnance, Worm Byproduct, and Composite Stock. What Worm Byproduct does is that when you take damage from your own worm projectile detonation, it empowers your other weapons, thus giving them more damage. So you can shoot a grenade launcher shot and then swap to your other weapons and get more kills. This pairs super well with your intrinsic trait, Worm's Hunger. This weapon fires hive worms, which explode on impact. The size and damage of the explosion scales with the number of enemies you've killed before firing this weapon, and it stacks for a maximum of 20. So, with those perks in mind, what you want to do with this grenade launcher is you want to use your other weapons to get 20 kills as fast as possible, and then switch over to the Parasite and use it. With a stack of 20, the detonation area should be massive, making it no problem to proc your Worm Byproduct trait, which empowers your other weapons, making it easier to get another 20 kills, and you just rinse and repeat from there. My thoughts on this exotic grenade launcher are that it's a pretty fun, unique weapon to use, especially in the lower level content of the game, as getting 20 kills and then switching over to fire explosive worms from hell can be pretty fun. It's also like you're playing a little mini game trying to get the 20 stack so that you can make the most out of the weapon. However, I don't really see that this weapon is pretty viable in the harder content of the game, as most of the enemies are a lot stronger, making it a lot harder for you to get your stack of 20, which makes you not deal as much damage as you can be with the weapon. However, it is really fun, it looks really unique, and the quest to get it was a lot of fun too, so all in all, I say that this exotic's one of my favorites, maybe. It's not the best, but it's really cool, and I enjoyed using it. Well, that wraps it up for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed finding out how to get the Parasite and how to use it properly. This video took me quite a long time to put together, I think somewhere around 10 hours with all the gameplay I had to do, and this is the first time I've ever made a video like this. So if you liked it, please do make sure to click the like button, and if you want to see more of my stuff, feel free to subscribe. But with all that being said, I'd like to thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!